Okie dokie then. This is JamsHams Judgement, my weekly review podcast, weekly interactive review podcast, where we review a thing. We've reviewed many things and we will review many more things over the coming weeks. And the audience can watch along live and contribute their theories, their thoughts, their questions. And I will do my best to include everyone in the podcast. So this week we will be reviewing the newest season of Black Mirror, which came out at some point, which I probably should have checked. Start of the month. There we go. I've got it in front of me. So this dropped at the start of the month. I was a bit slow on the uptake. I think I watched them 2 days ago, but it's only 3 episodes, so very easy to catch up. I think I'm right in saying that this is the shortest season, if you don't count the one-off interactive thing they did. And we'll see if that makes it better or worse, I believe. So the 3 episodes are Striking Vipers, Smithereens, and Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. I have, in my opinion, they differ quite wildly in quality, in terms of, like, I guess how much I enjoyed them. But then I also found this interesting, having looked online quickly. People seem to enjoy one that I really didn't enjoy. They seem to enjoy that one the most. So I don't know if I'm missing something here, or whether everyone else is being dumb. I suppose Fritz can weigh in when we get to that. Excuse me. Okay. So, first episode, for me at least, because another weird thing is I think these sometimes, depending on how you got them, were in different orders. It doesn't matter what order you watch them in, but some people got them in varying orders, which is just interesting, I guess. I don't know if that was a choice or just like a glitch or something, but apparently that was a thing. Okay, so first episode is called Striking Vipers. Striking Vipers is named after a fictional fighting game. Think Tekken, Street Fighter in this universe. So basically it starts with 2 couples living together, classic young couple situation, playing video games, doing drugs, and having a good old time. And then it cuts to 20 years later. Alright. I've confused myself already because I haven't written down their names. I've written down like guy number 1 and guy number 2. So okay. The people in this one are Falcon from Avengers and Captain America, and Manta, or Black Manta from Aquaman. Those are the 2 guys, and then their 2 girlfriends. That's who live together, okay? And the 2 guys are best bros, best buddies, okay? Or maybe more. We'll get into it. Okay, so no, it was 2 girls. It was 2 girls. So basically, the other girl you just never see again, because they're like, oh yeah, we broke up. Because obviously it cuts to 20 years later. And it's Falcon's birthday. I'm just going to call him Falcon, by the way. Because he's Falcon. So it's Falcon's birthday, and the other guy, his best bud, comes around his house, and he's having a big old barbecue. Falcon has a wife and a kid. The wife, the same girl he was living with before. They settled down, had a kid. So a friend comes to the barbecue and gives Falcon the newest version of Striking Vipers, the fighting game that they used to play together, and a fancy VR device which you stick on your face. which was also in one, maybe more other episodes. I think it was used in the well, I can't remember the actual name, but the Star Trek-y the episode. So that's the thing that Black Mirror does. It's sort of implied that everything's like in the same universe, but there aren't any like explicit like crossovers apart from like the one museum episode where he had like artifacts from all the different places and stuff. So he had the Black Mirror VR device, and basically the VR device is a little dot you stick on your head, and it makes you sort of black out, but it takes you into the game, and it replicates all feeling and sight, sounds. Basically, the most immersed you could possibly get without actually being there. Feels like it's real, basically. So he got on one of those. And then later that night, they play, after they've gone back to their respective homes. They start a fight. One person chooses a lady, played by the woman that plays Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy. So two Avengers people in here. And the other guy is just... I don't know who he is. just a fighter, I guess. So they have a fight. Some Asian dude. Pretty ripped though. Just your generic video game character, I suppose. So they fight. Pretty. That's one thing I didn't like about this episode. The fights. I know they can't do like actual moves on each other because they're not like professional wrestlers, but the way it was like edited, the fight was like super choppy, and obviously the fight's like a stupidly small part of it because it evolves into something more. But the fights just to me looked super dumb. So I don't know, maybe they could have done that in a slightly different way. But at one point they start to grapple. The woman who, well, the woman who's controlled by his friend, rolls on top of him, and then they instantly start fucking. There's no foreplay, there's no tension build up. As soon as the woman goes on top of the man, or the woman goes on top of the man, it's on. They start fucking. They start going at it. So, as you could imagine, this wasn't planned, and everything gets a bit awkward. But they both enjoyed it. Also, obviously, this conjures up a lot of questions. It's like, oh, well, am I gay? Did I just bang my friend? Or did I not bang my friend? Is it, like, porn? Is it cheating? Am I suddenly gay? Yeah. It's, happy Pride Month, everyone. This kicks off a sort of secret affair online. So most nights they convene at like midnight and lock themselves in their rooms and stuff, and they bang on this VR fighting game. But there are some real life consequences. It's not all fun and games. Falcon's marriage gets a bit rocky. His wife starts to notice that he doesn't want to have sex, and he's like very distant. It's obviously on his mind. It's like, well, am I starting to fall in love with my friend? All this sort of stuff comes up. So he decides it's got to stop. The online stuff has got to stop. So he calls his friend and says, "It's got to stop, man." And at this point, it's very apparent that Falcon's friend is way, way more into it than Falcon is, and quite possibly wants It's sort of implied. It's sort of left a bit ambiguous whether the guy's friend is like gay in real life and would want to have more things happen with it, and it was like it's his way of like dealing with that, I suppose. But that's the thing with Black Mirror. There's a lot of things that are implied, never really explicitly. You're not told, so you get out of it what you think on your own, I suppose. So after a while of not doing this online stuff, tensions get very rocky because Falcon's friend is really, really persistent and insistent that they still do it. It's like, oh, it's not cheating, it's not cheating, it's not gay, there's no homo, bro. And tries to get Falcon back on board, but no, he's not having any of it. And this leads to a very awkward surprise dinner party that his wife threw together. A very, very awkward dinner party because they are not talking and tensions are high. So it's the wife and the two friends at dinner. And after the dinner party, they decide to meet in real life and have a proper confrontation. So they meet in the rain out the back of a club, which is questionable. You could have just met, anywhere or had a chat online. You could have done anything, but no, they met in the rain outside the back of a club in an alley in the middle of the road, actually, which is weird. They both parked. They didn't even turn off their cars, which was another weird thing, and they got out and stood in the middle of the road. And then Falcon says, "Kiss me," to his friend, and this is basically to test whether there's anything real or whether it's just them enjoying the game, as it were, or enjoying the game. They say they feel nothing, but again, you can sort of take from this what you will. I thought that his friend looked like he did feel something, and that he might have really, felt something. So then Falcon's like, well, okay, so this is proof. We didn't feel anything. This is proof that it's just a thing. We can just not do this ever again. We need to just stop. They start, tension's still very high. They start fighting, like for real. It's one of those really awkward fights where everyone's sort of like half grappling and like it's not like punching. It's sort of like a come here, you little like one of those awkward fights. The police arrive, lock him up. The wife collects Falcon, and Falcon is forced to finally admit everything to his wife. Now, I'm guessing this is the bit that may have confused you, Fritz. So this is right at the end. Basically, it ends with Falcon's wife knowing everything, and essentially they must have come to some sort of agreement in which every year, presumably on Falcon's birthday, he gets to go and fuck his friend online. And the deal is that she then gets to go, take off her wedding ring, go to a bar, and get rammed by some random dude. Which, to me, doesn't sound like a fair deal. But hey ho, I guess that's the talking point of the episode. It's like, well, is it? They're both technically cheating, but is one cheating more because it's real, but the other one feels like real life? And I guess that's the main pondering point of the episode. So yeah, Fritz, does that clear up the ending for you? So yeah, it's like they did it like the ceremonial like handoff. They like put their wedding rings away. That's what all the boxes and stuff were. you still don't get it. What don't you get? They just came to some agreement. They thought, well, this is how we're gonna keep our marriage online. Spice things up a bit. One time a year, we can both go out and basically do what we want. We have like one free day, essentially. That's the main thing. I can't really explain it better than that, I don't think. Yeah. So, yeah, the main thing about this episode wasn't so much about the VR stuff, because we've already explored, like Fritz said, it's been in like a bunch of other episodes. So we've already gone through all the VR stuff and what the ramifications of that and stuff. The main thing is like, if VR gets so real that it's literally indistinguishable from real life, at what point does it like start going into real life? Like, at what point does it go from watching porn to actually cheating, because it is indistinguishable from if you actually went and did it, if you know what I mean? Or like, if you went online and you punched a random, if you went online and you found an annoying kid playing a game, and you punched that kid in the face in the game, the kid, because of the technology, would feel everything. He would feel being punched in the face by a fully grown man. Would that be assault? That's the sort of question this episode raises. So would punching the annoying kid in VR be assault because he would feel everything? Who knows? Because we don't have to deal with that quite yet. Few things that, the main thing that I kept saying throughout this episode, because I talk to myself throughout these episodes. Maybe it's 18 plus, but you could never police that. You could never police that. I mean, there are age limits on websites. Like, tell a horny 15-year-old going through puberty that he's technically not allowed on Pornhub. You try to enforce that rule and see how well that goes for you. It raises a bunch more questions that have a bit more of a sinister undertone. Like, if you can just fuck in those games, what if your opponent is like a 15-year-old boy and you'd have no idea, and you could fuck him in the game? Like, that's fucked. There's a lot of it could open up a whole bag of worms if this technology was real, because you'd never know. You'd never know. So a few things. One is that this Striking Vipers game, which apparently, according to one of the characters, a lot of people fuck in it, because he tried with other people that weren't his friend to see if it was the same. So he tried like group orgies and stuff. And this is in a fighting game. So number one, someone must have programmed that into the game. That doesn't just happen. There's some developer in this universe who meticulously crafted the sex mechanics in this fighting game, who went through and designed all the genitals to be fully accurate. How? Why? And how? Is it just a sex game disguised as a fighting game? Exactly. Everyone would just be ficking. Everyone. It's weird, man. And like, they mentioned this as well, which I found hilarious. In the game, like most fighting games, there's a weird character. So there's a polar bear character, and the guy said at one point that he fucked the polar bear, and the whole time the whole time before that, I was like, dude, change characters, because they always pick the same characters. Why would you not change characters and fuck around with like everything on there? And they finally said it. It's like, dude, I fucked a polar bear to see what it was like. And it's like, oh fucking hell, dude. So that just made me laugh. It's just like you must have people like that in there just banging polar bears, dude. It's just weird. It opens up a whole bag of worms. That's whoever designed that game, and they must know about it. Like, whoever designed that game must, I guess, like it, because you'd ban that, right? That can't be in the intended use. And imagine if they like opened it up to mods. They opened it up to the modding community, and literally anything would be possible. It's nuts. So yeah, that's the first episode, and I'll give all these like a ranking at the end. So the second episode is called Smithereens. Now, for me, this is the one that divided opinions. For me, this was my least favourite one. But for a lot of people, and I'm looking at like the IMDb ratings, and even that, it's the most popular one. So if you have seen it, I'd like to know if this was your favourite or least favourite. Seems to be dividing opinions. So basically, Smithereens is sort of it. You liked it, but the ending was pretty shit. I agree. Okay, we'll get onto that. So let's do the summary. So basically, an Uber driver. I'm just going to use the real life names because obviously it's like in the program they don't use the actual names. So Smithereens is Facebook or Twitter or something. So it's just like one of the big social medias. I'm just going to say Facebook. And then I can't even remember what the fake name for it was, but an Uber driver, a Lyft share service guy, an Uber driver, is targeting the Facebook headquarters in London, in order to try and get a customer from there. Doesn't reveal why straight away, but you can tell that he's targeting this one building, and he's really disappointed if the person he picks up from nearby doesn't work there. But eventually he gets an employee from Smithereens, Facebook, and he kidnaps him immediately kidnaps him. He was hoping to get a higher up member, but he ends up accidentally kidnapping an intern who has only been there for a week. Kidnaps him. He's obviously not a trained kidnapper. He fluffs it up a bit, and gets cornered by police in a field in the countryside. And essentially he now has to enact his big plan of what he's been after this whole time. And essentially what the kidnapper wants is he wants to talk to Zuck. He wants to talk to Zuckerberg, or whatever the guy is called. He wants to talk to the founder and the CEO of Smithereens, aka Facebook, aka Twitter. He wants to talk to Zuck. I'm going to call him Zuck, okay? So there's a big tense standoff. SWAT teams, like armed response, all come in. He's got snipers trained on him. He's got a gun holding this guy hostage. They're all on the phone. Hello, Karis, by the way. So basically, this is basically the whole episode. It's a big standoff. The Facebook guys are finding out loads of information about him. The police, everyone's like sort of working together, racing to sort of sort this out. And for some reason, they don't just frickin' phone up the guy straight away and go, hey, there's a guy being kidnapped, please talk to this man so no one gets killed. They're like, we can't call the Zuck! Are you mad? The Zuck is on a retreat, he cannot be bothered! Until he is bothered and he's completely fine with it. So that's half the episode that could have been saved. So he finally gets to talk to the Zuck, and this is where for me it got a bit disappointing, because you don't know why he wants to talk to him up until this point, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be some like massive reveal, but turns out the reason he wants to talk to him is because he wants to just confess to the guy that a few years before, he was driving his fiance or wife, girlfriend, something, somewhere, and he crashed the car and crashed into another guy because he was looking at his phone on Smithereens, because he was addicted, I think he said. So basically, it was his fault that she died, but everyone blamed the other driver who was also drunk. Yeah, so basically he just didn't tell everyone. Let the drunk guy take the full blame instead of taking some of the blame. And that's what he wanted to confess. And it's like it really played on his mind, and it left him suicidal. Says to Zuck that he's just gonna kill himself, and that's basically what he wanted to talk to Zuck about. Which was a bit disappointing, in my opinion. It's like, okay, well that was a waste of time. You couldn't have just told anyone. Had to be the CEO of the company, really? You had to be that dramatic about that to just say, oh, Facebook is too addicting, you made me kill my wife. Yeah, exactly, Fritz. I thought something way deeper would happen, but it's just, oh, that's it, huh? That's you kidnapped the guy for that. Okay, cool. That was a waste of time then. Basically at the end, it's another ambiguous ending. Yeah, I'll get onto the to the side plot in a second, Fritz. But at the end, he's about to he's got the gun to his head. He's about to do it. Boy, he about to do it. But the guy he kidnapped starts to feel sorry for the guy, and he's like, "Oh, don't kill yourself." Tries to grab the gun, struggle, and then the police are like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill him!" And they take a few shots. Also, the worst freaking snipers in the world right now. They could, my god. If these are the trained snipers we have in the police force, I don't have much faith, because, my god, they were the worst shots in the history of ever. So it ends where you hear a gunshot from one of the snipers, and it doesn't show who they kill. So they could have missed, because they have missed 3 other times so far. They could have missed and hit the hostage, or they could have just killed the guy, which, again, is not on impact, because he was literally gonna blow his brains out anyway. So, or both dead, because they were struggling. So it doesn't actually show you. It's left up to interpretation. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. That's also one of the points of the episode. At the end, it shows people who were following this on social media look at their phones at the result and immediately lose interest. So one of the main themes was everyone was so invested in this for half an hour, and then we instantly lose interest in something because of technology or something. This is the sort of this is just the sort of Black Mirror that I hate, which is basically just the whole message is just, oh, get off your damn phone. Everyone's always on their bloody phones. Oh, everywhere you look, tip, 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 always on your phone. No, they're not. No, they're not. Have you ever been outside No, that is fine. It's fine. The world is fine. Everyone's not addicted to phones. They like showed a montage of like the main guy sat in a cafe and he was there drinking his coffee, and then everywhere around him it was like and like apparently if you go out into a coffee shop today, every single person around you will be on their phone, and their phone will be not on silent, and it will beep with every press, and everyone will be using it like this. Beep, 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 beep. Apparently that's what the creator of the show thinks the world is like, so I assume that he just hasn't been outside in a long time and just hasn't seen. But yeah, that's... I don't know, it's just... It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. It's like, get over it, man. Yeah, people use their phones. It's convenient, and we are doing things. We don't just... So yeah, it's the sort of the Black Mirror message that I hate. It's like, oh, phones are bad. No, they're not. The phones are fine. Phones are good. Phones are like... Phones, internet, computers. One of the best, like, technological rises ever. It's like, it's helped with so many things. Why are you still bashing on phones? It's nuts that you are still trying to push this phones are bad agenda, and I can just imagine it being like something like a 60-year-old would say, like, oh, kids today always on their bloody phones. Why can't they just play with sticks and hoops like we did when we were youngins? I was like, no, shut your damn ass. Shut your damn ass. Phones are fine. Oh dear. So yeah. Okay. So there was, as mentioned, there was a side plot as well. He has sex with this woman. He was in some sort of support group for people who've lost things, or people. Not lost things, it's like, not like I lost my cat and I need therapy. Like lost people, loved ones. So this woman has been trying to log on to her dead daughter's, I don't know, just Facebook account. Whatever fake company they used. To try and figure out why her daughter killed herself, to try and find some clues, but she just can't get the password. So during the standoff, when he's talking to Zuck, it was Tumblr. Okay, okay. So during the guy's talk to Zuck, he was like, "Oh, by the way, do you know the owner of Tumblr? Can you do this favor for me? Can you get the password for this woman?" So that was sort of a happy ending, I guess. She gets a phone call from the Tumblr people and gets the password for the account. We never like delve more into that. Just she gets what she wanted, and hopefully she got some sort of closure from that. So possible happy ending. But that was the sort of side plot as well. Another sort of theme that I think they were trying to push is that the Smithereens people, or the Facebook people, they tried to push this a lot throughout the episode, is that the Smithereens people knew more about this guy and why he was doing it and how he was doing it than the police, and they were like the ones informing the police, when obviously you would assume it would be the other way around, and that the police would or should know more than the Facebook people, and that, oh, you're giving everyone your data and everyone can know every single thing about you because phones are bad. Remember everyone, phones are bad. If you're watching this on a phone, you better fucking stop, because phones are bad. You hear me? Phone bad. Phone bad. Stop. Phone bad. Oh, you're watching this on Twitch, a social media site? Just get off. Just get off. We can't. It is 2019. We cannot be on social media, everyone. Wake up. Wake up, sheeple. Just wake up. Bin your phone. We don't need it anymore. We're fine. yeah, that's the whole. That's what the guy was basically trying to push, I think, with this episode, which is a bit of just a dumb idea, I think. Also, being from the UK, it made the UK police look so dumb, and it kind of pissed me off. It's like, we don't have a bad police force. I'm sure they're quite good. Why did you have to make them? And I'm pretty sure, because Black Mirror started in the UK as a Channel 4 show, so I'm pretty sure this guy is British. I don't know why he felt the need to shit on the UK's police force in this episode, but he made them look so bad. So I don't know why he did that. I guess just to emphasize the point that they don't know as much as the Facebook people or whatever. But yeah, I just did it. It was just boring, really. I thought this episode. It's like, yeah, I get the message that you're trying to beat over our heads. Phone's bad. Yes, whatever. So not only did I just get irritated by the message, I just got bored by the actual show. Half of it was just him sat in a field. It was like I was watching just like a really mediocre police drama on TV or something. It was just fine. It was fine. Nothing great. Good performances and stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, that was episode number 2. Let's go on to episode 3, the final one. Phones are bad. Yes, good. Now you can share that clip to all your friends and let them know that phones are bad. Phones are bad. Okay. So the third episode is called Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2. As in TOO. So the main characters in this is the one with Miley Cyrus, by the way. So the main characters are 2 teenage girls, 1 punk rocker, hell yeah, my bish, oh yeah, spirit animal right there, and one one teen girl, like the stereotypical teen girl, into the latest pop star and a bit obsessed, you know. You watch your mouth, Fritz. You watch your damn mouth. So, and the pop star. The pop star is Ashley O. I'm just gonna call her Miley Cyrus. Or I'm just gonna call her Miley, okay? Or Hannah Montana. So the pop loving girl is really shy, but loves this pop star, and gets the new AI doll of Miley, called Ashley 2. Okay, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the nice little poem. Very nice. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord every bit. Right, okay. So, the AI doll of Ashley, basically an Alexa, with Ashley's personality in some sort of little robot that yeets around. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Yeah, I don't know who this is. But yeah, dude, we're in the middle of a podcast thing, so maybe save it for later. I don't know. Don't really know what's happening. Okay. Well, don't though, because live and podcast at the moment. Okay. Right. So this little doll basically has the personality of of yeah. No. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, when I say interactive podcast, I mean you talk in this chat, and I'll yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, don't call me, please. If you want to contribute to the podcast, please do it in the text chat, and I'll respond there. Yeah, no, far too risky to have calls live. Very very risky, very risky. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize that was what you were getting at. Yeah, any questions or comments in the text chat, and I'll do my best to say what. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, doot. Okay, well, don't though, please. Anyway, you've already derailed the podcast, so congratulations, I guess, if that's what you were after to do. But I've already said no, so I'm just probably going to ignore any future messages if it's not on topic. Just gonna keep on trucking through. Where did I get to? Right, so this little doll has Ashley's personality, and it's this shy girl's only friend. Helps her train for this talent show, where she's going to do an Ashley O dance. Causes a lot of family drama. The punk woman, I'm just going to call her Punk. Punk doesn't like Pop's obsession with this pop star. So is sort of like well, please don't do that. It's like, it's not good for you. She ends up like hiding the doll, saying that she like got rid of it, blah blah blah. So that's what's happening in the family bit. Also, the dad is a bit distant because he's designing a mousetrap. I don't really get what he's trying to design. He's designing this sort of robot mouse with a taser strapped to it, but he's trying to design a humane mousetrap, but his humane mousetrap is a robot mouse with a taser strapped to it, which just instantly killed the mouse. It's like, how the hell is that more humane than just trapping it in a box and like yeeting it out into the garden? I didn't really get what the whole dad's deal was, but that's what he was doing. He was concentrating on that. So yeah, that he was a bit distant. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's supposed to not kill the mouse, but yeah, it just didn't make sense. It's like he was there like oh, it will stun the mouse, and then the owner of the house had was it like 20 minutes before the mouse woke up until it would like alert you on your phone, and then you go and track down the mouse. Like, what if you got the mouse inside a wall? You're not gonna get the mouse. It just wouldn't work. His whole design just wouldn't work, and he was like, obsessed with it. But I guess maybe that's the point. So yeah, that's the family drama side, and the pop star side is sort of the main focus of the episode. So Ashley's aunt is basically controlling Ashley's whole career, working with a doctor and a producer. They're the ones pulling the strings. She tries to drug Ashley to like get creative juices flowing or whatever, but Ashley is secretly not taking them and making a stockpile. Ashley wants to do doesn't want to do pop music anymore, wants to do like rock, punk, whatever. But the producer aunt wouldn't let her. So she keeps a diary of all her thoughts and feelings and punk rock lyrics and whatnot, like an angsty teen. So yeah, that's the main thing. Basically, the aunt finds out that she's not been taking her meds, and gets very mad, gets very angry, gets very, very angry, and basically drugs Ashley. Forces her to eat all of the pills that she has been stockpiling, and apparently this would make her go into a medically induced coma that she apparently shouldn't have woken up from, but spoiler, she does. Spoiler, she does, like, instantly. Yep, rip Hannah Montana. Rip Hannah Montana. Very sad, very sad. So yeah, so Ashley's in a coma. To the media, she had an allergic reaction to what was it? A shrimp taco or something. So that's the public story. But from there, the aunt uses this special device, and this was all very glossed over. This special device which looked into the brain and somehow reached in and pulled out songs. So even though she was in a coma, they could pull out songs that she was writing in her dreams or something. So yeah, that was very glossed over and unnecessary, because they were controlling everything anyway. They pulled it out and then changed it all anyway. So what was the point of grabbing them from her brain in the first place when they could just make them up, because they're like changing everything anyway? So it just didn't make any sense, really. I guess they want to include as much technology as possible, because it's Black Mirror and technology is spooky. Get off your phone. Okay. So the Ashley robot sees what happened on the TV and starts freaking out, starts glitching out. Basically, they plug her into their dad's robot mouse machine, and this was also very glossed over. This robot mouse machine also has some sort of like mouse brain scanner or some shit. So apparently the mousetrap guy is some sort of mad scientist as well, because that's some serious fucking tech for a mousetrap. A mousetrap that wouldn't really work. And they, easy as pie, they literally press delete on a little thing, and that frees the virtual mind of this little Ashley robot. And essentially what they did apparently was take like a snapshot of the real Ashley's mind and upload it into all of these robots. And if you delete the inhibitor, it would be like a sentient being, basically. And it was very glossed over, but basically now what we've got is real Ashley in a coma. We've got kind of real Ashley in a little robot who wants to apparently go to the real Ashley's house to get evidence against her aunt. So the two girls help her do this, sneak into the real Ashley's house, and the little doll unplugs the life support machine. Goes into the life support machine. And then Ashley wakes up. Surprise, surprise, because she was in a coma, but that's not how comas work, really. Yeah, real Ashley wakes up, and they all go and expose her aunt as she was debuting this like fake Ashley that was her money-making scheme, whatever. So they all expose their aunt. Everyone's happy. No one died. And then Ashley forms a rock band with the punk sister, and then it's a happy ending. And I guess now that there are two Ashleys, there's the little robot Ashley who is also real Ashley, and there's also a real Ashley. And then it ends. It's not like the most hard hitting one. The tech side was sort of glossed over, apart from the little robot, which was just a little robot. I guess they sort of like really glossed over the fact that there was like a whole consciousness inside a little robot. But hey ho. Hey ho. Alright, yeah, hang on. Yeah, but I liked this episode. It was more of it was just more of a it didn't feel very Black Mirror-y. It didn't really feel very Black Mirror-y in terms of they glossed over all the technology, and it was mainly just a story about how some pop stars could be controlled and like be who you want to be, and you do you, and all that sort of thing. So just in that respect, it just didn't feel very Black Mirror-y. It just felt like a normal short film. Hello, Petri Soup, by the way. But yeah. So, but I still liked it. I thought the story was good, and I had fun watching it. And I think everyone did a good job and stuff. And I liked the little like robot rescue mission. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was like kind of cute. Even, well, in essence, a little robot unplugging someone's life support machine isn't cute, but I found it pretty cute. I just like the little robot. Okay. One day, maybe you can have a little robot JamsHams. And you can have me in your room watching and watching, and I can teach you how to dance and stuff. It'd be cool. It'll be cool. So overall thoughts. I thought that this season, if you can call it a season, because it's 3 episodes, was good, but I didn't think it was as good as a Black Mirror series, because it didn't feel very Black Mirror-y. The most Black Mirror-y feeling one was the first one, because Black Mirror's basically how technology can be spooky. That's the kind of thing the vibe about Black Mirror. So that was the most Black Mirror-y one for me. They also all had relatively happy endings. I say relatively. Obviously, the Smithereens didn't have like a super happy ending, but it still had part of a happy ending in it. And usually these things don't have happy endings. It's usually like spooky, and technology is spooky. Get off your phones. So yeah, this season I think the technology side sort of took a back seat to just more of the other stories. Well, that's just my thought. So, rating wise, I think I liked Striking Vipers, and I'll give Striking Vipers a 7 out of 10 hams. Like I said, raised some cool concepts and questions, like at what point do things become real? At what point is it cheating? Was it homo after all? Even though they didn't say no homo, so maybe it was homo after all. But it felt like a woman. But what if because the guy was the woman? You see, this is Striking Vipers for me raised the most questions, and I think that's the plan of Black Mirror episodes, to raise a lot of questions and get you thinking. And for me, Striking Vipers is one that raised the most questions and got me thinking about shit the most. So I guess that for me is why it hefted it above the others, or so Smithereens was my least favourite one. Like I said, it was just people are always on their phones and all that shit, which is just, phones are fine, everyone. Phones are fine. As we went over, and there's very little payoff at the end, not very impactful. But I guess people are set. I've read a few reviews online, because I was like interested to see why people had rated this episode higher than all the other ones. And pretty much the consensus is like, oh, it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be like how, like the ending where like no one cares about it because it just didn't matter in the end. It's like, it's meant to be like that. It's like, okay, I get it. I get the message, and like everyone at the end just didn't care about it after 5 minutes, which is fine. I get that. I get the message, but that doesn't make for exciting TV. That doesn't make for an exciting show, really, in my opinion. So Ashley 2, Smithereens I gave a 5 out of 10 hams, by the way. It was fine. It was fine. Ashley 2 I also gave 7 out of 10, so same as Striking Vipers. I think they could have done more with the whole technology thing. Like I said, they glossed over it a lot, and like the whole controlling aunt and stuff took over the center stage. Also, the tech was a bit pointless, I thought. Like the brain scanner thing was completely unnecessary because, like I said, they pulled it out, then changed everything about it. So, why would they even want to? Why do they even have to have the original anyway? Just make songs and release them as her, and it'll be the same thing, and then you can do what you want. So it sort of just felt like they shoehorned that like idea of technology into there just because like someone had an idea, like what if brain scanner for musicians, and they're like, yeah, sure, we can put that in somewhere, it's fine. But I did like this overall story was pretty cool on that one. Definitely a bit more exciting than Smithereens, and things actually happened and there was a payoff at the end, so I enjoyed it a bit more. So yeah, 2 7 out of 10s and a 5, I say. 7 out of 6 for Ashley 2. Fair enough. But thing is, online, people didn't like the Miley Cyrus one. People got really mad. I've seen a few people get actually mad that Miley Cyrus was in it. It's like, Jesus Christ, she started off as an actor. Just let her act in something. It's fine. And they're like, oh, Black Mirror hasn't been the same since America got their grubby little hands in it. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And all because Miley Cyrus was in it. It's like, she was good. She was good. And she's like, probably the perfect, one of the people that's like most qualified to play that role, because obviously she was Hannah Montana, this like Disney star. And then she went through all the like phase where she was like being edgy and stuff. So it's like, well, she's like been through this, so she's probably like the perfect person to have act in this. So I think people were overreacting a bit because there was a pop star in my TV show. Unacceptable. Yeah, I think as with all things, people like to overreact now, don't they? So yeah, overall, good season. Not the strongest season. I liked it. I still need to watch the Bandersnatch one, the interactive one. Apparently that's really good. Just didn't have the time, really. It would be cool if you could actually stream it without getting done by copyright. No, I didn't. I just didn't have the time. I just want to sit down and watch something. I don't want to actually have to freaking click through something. So yeah, I just need to. Exactly, a lot of endings. It's like I could go through, click all these choices, spend like an hour and a half like choosing, and then at the end I might get a shit ending, and I'm like, oh, that was pointless. That was pointless. And I'm not gonna go back through it and do it all again just to try and get a different ending. So like, I don't know. I'll get round to it, but it's just I need to convince myself, I think. Do I have to go to the beginning? Okay, well maybe I'll get around to it at some point. I will. So yeah, any other questions or comments about this season of Black Mirror? Any bits that I missed or bits that you liked? What was your favorite one? And possibly the biggest question: was it homo or no homo? Probably the biggest question that was raised from this whole season. Homo or no homo? Fritz votes homo. See, I think it was homo for one of them, because like I said, I think he was gay in real life and was just sort of like maybe in the closet about it. But not for the other guy, because obviously the other guy, for that guy, it was like he was banging a woman, but for the other guy, he was being banged by a man. So I think it's all a matter of perspective. Maybe it was homo and no homo. Think about that. Chew on that one. And with that question, this has been JamsHams Judgement, my weekly interactive podcast where I review things. I review lots of things. I review anything. And if you have any suggestions on what I should review, feel free to join the Discord, and I have a suggestion box section. Post in there, suggest anything, I'll probably get round to reviewing it. Very, very open to suggestions, because when you open up reviewing to everything in the world, it's surprisingly hard to pick things to review. It always takes me so long to think, oh god, what am I doing this week? I need to pick something, but there's so much choice. So yeah, please feel free to suggest things in the Discord or message me anywhere. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's episode. Until next week, bye bye.